Welcome to the TeenPreneur Show. I'm your host, Dia Coley, and I'm a teenpreneur, bringing you global entrepreneurs who are teenagers. They have started out really young and are an inspiration to all. They prove to be the perfect example of how teenagers can rise high. So tune into this show every week to know more about these young game changers and be inspired by these teens. Watch the young dream big. Now on with the show. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Teenpreneur Show. I'm your host, Dia Coley, and I'm also a teen entrepreneur. I'm the founder of Redone It by Dia, which recycles denim, empowers women, and donates towards cancer research. Well, let's get on with the show now. Today we have Rishma Rizvi. She's 18 years old and from Sri Lanka, and she's the founder of Soap Stories. So, hi
Hi,
Rishma, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm great. I'm so excited for you to be here to talk with us. You're actually our first guest from Sri Lanka, so this is super exciting.
That's
So, how
great.
about you start off with telling us about yourself?
So I'm Rishma Rizvi. I'm an 18-year-old artisan soap maker. I make handmade bath and body products from home with just my mom's help and help from like
Mhm.
people at home as well. So I make a wide variety of products that I professionally learned and thought of taking it into a hobby so that I can put out my creativity into like social media platforms to inspire many other kids as well. So right now I have a wide variety of products ranging from body scrubs to body butters, lip balms, moisturizers, soaps, and whatnot.
Wow.
And yes, so I have a few products here. So these are my
Yeah,
body
great.
lotions. This is pomegranate body lotion that I made.
Mhm.
So it's good for basically revitalizing your skin and hydrates the skin, helping it prevent dryness and whatnot, right? And
Yeah.
then I also so my basically when I first started making soaps, it was just one variety. Like I only used to make soaps,
Mhm.
but then I made sure I got the correct knowledge and I engaged in basically I engaged in a lot of educational like courses where
Yeah.
I can basically take my knowledge further and be more professional in this field. So with that, I learned how to make moisturizers and body scrubs and many other products. So when I first started, I
Wow.
made soaps. So I used to create soaps like this. Now currently, this is a soap that I've made. It's a cake
That
slide
is so
soap
amazing.
uh, that
Yeah.
looks uh, like a cake. And just like that, I have several other stuff, other soaps that come with different designs and different benefits.
Uh-huh.
And my main aim is to like bring in a lot of Sri Lankan herbals and the value of it, and so much more
Mhm.
benefits, and also give prominence to foreign herbals with it.
Wow. So can you tell me how you decide on what ingredients you want to put in there? I know you said some herbs and stuff, but how do you really pick and decide?
So what I do is I research on a lot of Sri Lankan Ayurvedic medicine and herbs, and
Mhm.
I look into benefits of it and how it's basically going to help like to solve out skin problems and several other skin conditions. So I not only do like research through reports that talk about the medicinal values of this, but I also talk to people who work under this field and who have more knowledge so that I can
Yeah.
take what they teach me and use it into my products in a more efficient way where I can
Mhm.
help people with several skin problems. So far, I've managed to do that. Like I've helped patients who have suffered from cancer, where afterwards, since they suffer from like sensitive skin, I got the chance of
Mhm.
making products using our ingredients, to help sort out those issues. So there's a lot of learning and research that goes behind getting these
Mm-hmm.
ingredients down and seeing how it's going to benefit. And my main aim is to bring out the value of Sri Lankan herbals, because there is so much that is not spoken about currently, and I want to
Yeah.
bring out the importance of those through my products, not just within Sri Lanka, but also across the globe.
Wow, that's so amazing. I love the whole story behind it and how you're so connected to where you're from. You mentioned before that you made a soap specifically for someone with cancer. Do you usually do those types of orders where someone will ask you to do something for a particular problem they're having?
So basically, I don't really make soaps for serious skin conditions, because I would rather direct them to a dermatologist. But the
Mm,
person who wanted me to make this soap was somebody who was very close to me, and I thought,
mm,
and since she had used my products before and she knows it's
yeah,
actually helping her skin, she wanted me to formulate a soap that has ingredients specifically going to help sort out her skin conditions, because she had very
yeah,
sensitive skin. She couldn't use the normal soaps that were in the shops because the skin would irritate and peel off. So I formulated a soap that's suitable for her sensitive skin, that's going to remove her pigmentation after all the chemotherapy she underwent. And so far,
mhm,
it's been a success, since she's given me a good review on it, and she keeps on eating my soaps. And I'm happy to help any other person who also has such skin conditions. But if it's severe, I would rather direct them to a dermatologist so they could
yeah.
consult and sort that issue out professionally.
Yeah, and that's such an amazing thing you did for your friend. And so did you have prior knowledge on this, or is this something you kind of just took on?
So, since I was about 8, I always had the passion and love towards making handmade
Hmm.
products. When my mom used to sleep in the evening, I used to go to the kitchen, I'll take crayons, I'll melt it with coconut oil to make lipsticks. I used to have random masks applied on my face, and I used to try it on everyone at home. And this never
Hmm.
died in me. I always had the love. But to a certain, when I came to about 13, 14, I decided to stop, because I knew I wasn't doing it the correct way and I saw my skin getting damaged. So I wanted to
Yeah.
learn it professionally, at least just the basics, so I could try it at home as a hobby. And when I
Hmm.
was about 15, which was in 2018, I went to Australia on holiday, and I got exposed to the handmade soap industry, because in Sri Lanka it's a very small platform, and not many soap makers were popular at that time than how it is now. So I really didn't
Hmm.
have an insight of how exactly these soaps work, and the uh, range it, like how it could range up to. Um, so when I went to Australia, I got exposed to the handmade industry, and I really fell in love with it, because it's something I like doing and I really wanted to
Yeah.
try it out as well. So once I came back to Sri Lanka, I just got this soap class that was just like randomly put. And I thought, why not try it? Because she was a professional Argentinian soap maker, and it was just a 1 day class. I took the class and I enjoyed it a lot, because like I fell in love with it, because I got to make the products by myself, and it was
Yeah.
just such a fun experience. Afterwards, during the holidays, I thought, why not take the knowledge that I received from that class and put it into work and just try something fun at
Hmm.
home, give my family members and give my friends. Which, when I did, I had a lot of my aunties and uncles wanting to purchase my soaps. So, with that, my mom and dad were like, you know what, just come up with a business name, and get creative and just start your business, even if it's as a hobby, which I didn't imagine I would do,
Yeah.
because I thought maybe it's just going to be something I will like just engage in on and off. So I came up with
Hmm.
the name Soap Story, because I thought behind every product or soap I make, there's basically a story behind it. Because sometimes the idea and the creativity that I get that I get and put into the process of making a soap
Mhm.
is also somewhat of a story. So I thought to grab that whole idea into it and put soaps as my main product that I'm formulating, along with my name, which is the first three letters of my name, which is RIS, which I put at the end of soap stories, so it's not spelled the normal way with
Yeah.
stories. So I thought to put it so that it makes me feel more unique and makes me feel more like my brand and identity, so that I can represent my identity through my business name. And
Mhm.
just like this, I was encouraged to start an Instagram page, and I just kept on taking pictures and posted. And I genuinely thought this is not going to be something really big. I wasn't really, not that I wasn't into it, I wasn't just sure of what exactly would happen. But
Yeah.
then I saw a lot of people who were complimenting my work, and they wanted me to make orders, and I just went with it. And this grew into a bigger passion and a bigger
Wow.
platform, which I never imagined I would
Mhm.
ever have. And it's a great experience.
Yeah, that's so amazing. I love how you got motivation from your parents, decided to create this business, and went through it all because you've been doing so many great stuff so far. And the
Thank you
meaning
so much.
behind your business name, of course, the meaning behind your business name is something I never would have thought. It's so deep and it has so much meaning to it. And that's just so
Yes.
amazing. Um, so can you tell me, when did you start this business?
So I started my business in 2018 when I was 15. So it was
Hmm.
somewhere during August that I just started. I got an order from my auntie for about 30 bars
Yeah.
of soap. I had just one mold, and I had only 1.5
Hmm.
days all those 35 bars. So I just engaged in it, took it as a challenge on myself, and I was really excited because I got to play with colors, and I was
Yeah.
excited because somebody was ordering it from me for the first time, and I'm getting paid for it, and it just felt so
Hmm.
exciting.
Yeah.
So then, once I made those soaps, I kept on just giving my family members, and they used to buy from me. And
Wow.
somewhere in October, I decided to
Yeah.
open a page and just posted all my pictures, which then slowly grew into a bigger platform that I never thought I'd have.
Yeah, that's so great. Um, so getting into your soaps, how do you design them, pick colors, or decide on their name? Kind of the product designing.
So one thing I try to focus when I get into my soaps is to use as much as to use a lot of natural colors. So meaning colors from the powders we use, or like the Ayurvedic herbals we use, because
Yeah.
even though in like other countries, I've seen people go to a lot of artesian soaps where, for example, if it's my cake soap, a lot of people would come and buy. But here in Sri Lanka, I want to first target the people who I just first want to target the citizens in my country to purchase my products.
Yeah.
And I realized a lot of us don't really go in for the artificial colors, or even if it's like natural mica colors that we use into our soaps, they prefer something the color comes from herbal powders we use. So I try
Hmm.
to use a lot of natural ingredients where I get the natural colors from it. So, for example, this soap I have right here, it's made out of this powder called mangista, and it is also made out of charcoal and turmeric. So the colors are all natural here. We haven't added any soap colors. The natural red comes from the powder, and even the turmeric yellow just comes from it. So I wanted to get creative and show that I don't necessarily need soap colors to get creative. There are so many other ways that I
Hmm.
could do it. And
Yeah.
before I go into getting like, I basically get like random ideas into my head. It's very random. I just decide to go make a soap, and I get my
Hmm.
ingredients, my colors out, and then I like brainstorm what I'm going to do. And I'm like, you know
Yeah.
what, let's just get creative and mix in. And it's just all the uh, it's just when I start making that all the ideas come in, and I just get creative with however I feel at that moment, and then I get this beautiful bar. So there are times some of these soaps really don't come out properly because either
Yeah.
the ingredients will heat up a little too much and it will flop.
Hmm.
But then we have many other ways where we use this process called heat process, where we cook the soaps and like reuse it so that we don't waste anything. So we try to do it um, all in a more easy way where none of the soaps go into waste, and we use
Yeah.
just natural ingredients that are completely safe, and the creativity just comes at the moment when I just mix in everything.
That's great.
Thank
And you were talking a lot about how you like to stay as organic as possible, which is extremely important for skincare and beauty businesses. Do you
you.
find it
Yes.
difficult as a business owner to find those type of ingredients and find very organic ingredients?
Yes, it is. One thing is, organic ingredients can be really expensive. For example,
Mm-hmm.
beeswax. We get beeswax from our organic bee vendors. Don't get the
Wow.
ones being filtered again, just the uh, basically we don't get the synthetic version. So to
Yes.
get down the beeswax, to get down the ingredients that I use in my soap, it takes a lot of time. It takes money as well because it's pretty expensive here in Sri Lanka. And
Mm-hmm.
not just Sri Lankan herbals, the most challenging part is foreign herb clays and whatnot, right? So apart
Mm-hmm.
from bringing the benefits of Sri Lankan herbals, I also do use clays that can be found from other countries. So for example, Australian clay and red reef clay, and there's so
Wow.
many other varieties of clays that are not found in Sri Lanka. Try to get down from
Yeah.
abroad, but it is a big task since one thing is I'm a small business, so I can't sometimes take the challenge to pay a lot of taxes when we get the products down and like the ingredients down, which
Mm-hmm.
is another case there. And along with that, um, getting like making sure I'm getting the quality product is also a challenge, especially
Yeah.
from a country from another country, because I can't touch and feel it. I don't know if they're good vendors, but I trust on other people who buy from them. So, for example, 2 years ago, my dad's friend went to the US, and there is this famous soap company called Brambleberry, where when he went, I took advantage of it and got down some great clays and ingredients and micas. But now, because
Mm-hmm.
of the whole COVID situation and because of
Yeah.
the difficulties we're facing, it's so hard to send somebody back and get the products down, because even if I got it shipped to Sri Lanka, it would cost an extremely pricey
Yeah.
amount, which I would rather not pay because I can rely on Sri Lankan herbals. But then I also do want to accentuate the value of foreign skincare, like foreign ingredients that not a lot of people are aware about. But I do
Mm-hmm.
everything within the limits that are possible for me to reach. So I try my level best, but it is a very challenging job when it comes into quality and pricing, especially when you have a
Yeah.
small business.
Yeah, I'm sure it is really challenging for everything that you're doing because you try so hard and you put your best foot to get the best like ingredients for your products and
Yeah.
have the best products.
Yeah.
And I know you mentioned before that you started off with soaps. So can you tell me why you or how do you come up with the idea of expanding your product line?
So since I started with soaps, I thought I was going to just leave it with only making artesian soaps. But then I
Yeah.
also got the opportunity to learn how to make these creams and serums, moisturizers professionally. So I did a
Hmm.
course that is affiliated to the UK, where I was taught how to do this. And I
Hmm.
also got a scholarship from that for a higher diploma because I was the youngest product manufacturer amongst thousand
Wow.
other uh, graduates. So I graduated that, and
Mhm.
from that since I learned it and since uh, I got the identity of being a professional product manufacturer, I thought, why not take use of what I've learned and expand it? Even though soaps has been my main product and the main thing that started my business, I wanted to bring in other products and alternatives where it's affordable for people, but also provides good results. Because in Sri Lanka, not a lot of people spend on skincare as much, or the majority doesn't, because it's very expensive. So I wanted to target mainly the people who can. I wanted to basically target something where everybody can afford and everybody
Yeah.
gets a good product out of it. So with that, since I
Hmm.
started making the products after learning from my diploma, um, I decided to put them out. So I gave my family and friends before I put it out to the market, so that they could try
Yeah.
and tell me how it is, so that I know I'm putting out a safe product that is not going to harm
Hmm.
any of my customers' skin, and it's going to actually
Yeah.
give good results. Which so far I've had great results when it comes to the different varieties of products that I currently have.
Yeah, and that is a great skill that a lot of businesses don't really know of, but testing out your products before you put them on is something very important. And it's just amazing how you kind of started this business from a hobby and you already know so many professional things about a business. It's just amazing.
Yes, that's true. Because even
Yeah,
like when I give people to test out my products, that gives me the
yeah,
knowledge on the different skin types my products would work
hmm,
on. Because there are people who could
yeah,
be prone to certain allergies with some ingredients, and they don't even realize that until they use the product. So, which gives us an insight on to what sort of skin type they have and what sort of
hmm,
products that would rather suit their skin, which also helps
yeah,
me more, because that improves and increases my knowledge. And when I
hmm.
make new products, I can utilize all of the research that I've done and the reviews I've got from my customers into my new product formulations.
Yeah. And you have been just doing amazing with this business so far. And do you have any future plans for it?
Yes. So currently, because I'm still schooling and I'm sitting for
Hmm.
my A levels, I have very tight schedule. And one of my plans is to export my products to other countries. So I want to reach the international market, but due to the COVID situation at the moment, it is still pretty tough to meet the terms with how certain restrictions are being put.
Hmm.
But my future plan is to definitely export my products into the international market, and also
Yeah.
open up a factory where I can have large scale production. And there may be a
Hmm.
few stores around the world where basically, at least in like 10 years' time, I want to have at least 3 stores around the world, because then that's going to make me feel very accomplished and that I've done a
Yeah.
great job. And I give other people to also give them the opportunity to be able to try my products and know that
Yeah.
it's going to do something good for their skin, and it's going to make me feel great because I started at such a young age and I've come so far. It's going to just be such a great accomplishment.
Yeah, and that's so amazing. I absolutely love that goal, and I'm
Thank you.
definitely sure you'll be able to accomplish it. You have such an
Thank
amazing
you so
business and so great products, of course. So not only do you do this business, you're very interested in public speaking, and
Yes.
you share a great message with your business. So can you tell our audience about that?
Yes. So basically, one of my motives through the business is to talk about how you don't have to be of any age to start a business, right? You don't have to
Hmm.
be done with school to start what you're passionate about. So, what I mainly
Yeah,
want to do through motivational speaking is to enlighten other teenagers or even younger kids that you don't have to. You don't have to be of any age to start. Just
yeah,
understand and find out where your creativity lies. Now, I do have some people telling me, I don't know what I'm creative in, I don't know what I'm good at. What I tell them is, you should try out different things, explore and experience things that you haven't done before, because deep down there's something you're deep down there's something that you are passionate about that will come into good
Mhm.
use when you put it out for the world to see. And
Yeah.
uh, I want to inspire other teenagers from my business to show them that your passion and creativity is all that matters to
Mhm.
bring you to a good level, right? Because that passion and
Yeah.
creativity you have could mold you into this other human being that's going to benefit you for your future and even for your
Mhm.
career. It could basically create a good career path. And I want to encourage a lot of women and girls specifically, because we see
Yeah.
that when it comes to starting things, especially in like my country, right? We have a lot of people in the rural areas who don't have the opportunity of putting out their talents and putting out what they're good in, because since they don't have the facilities that they need. But
Mhm.
through this, I want to inspire um, all kids to come out of their comfort zone, try something new, and I'm ready to help anyone at any time, because I know how important and how great it feels to put something you're passionate about, where you can give other people, basically, you can inspire other people to
Yeah.
look at your work and take a motivation out of it to start up something of their own, which I think is something we need to really emphasize on, rather than waiting until you're done with school or until you're done with an exam to
Mhm.
start what you're passionate with.
Yeah, and those are such amazing points, and I'm so glad that you are a motivational speaker and sharing all this information because it's so
Thank
important for a young
Yes.
generation. Yeah, I totally agree, and it's so amazing. And as a teen entrepreneur, you've been doing this for a couple of years now. So can you tell us what you have learned through this whole experience?
What I've learned is that there are a lot of challenges that is going to come through your way, right? And you have
Mhm.
to be ready for it, because it can either make or break you. And initially, when I started this business, I was a very negative person. I couldn't handle the smallest downfall that I had through my business. For example, like I said previously, when one of my soap batches would go wrong, I'd cry and I'd get so disappointed, and I'd be so upset that I flopped a whole batch. But I learned through those mistakes that happened at that time. I learned through those failures that uh, I learned a lot through those failures, because that molded me to take my future challenges in a more positive way, where I wouldn't
Mhm.
let negativity build into me and put me down, because I know in order to take a business forward, you're going to have a lot of ups and downs, right? Maybe there are
Yeah.
times, especially when you take a small business, there are times the products will sell out like hot cakes, and there are sometimes none of your products will sell out. And
Yeah.
when both of those instances happen, you can be so excited but also disappointed at the same time. And since I was
Yeah.
someone who was very negative and I would get disappointed easily, I thought to learn from all these failures and mistakes that I
Yeah.
underwent, um, to grow into a better person who could maybe take future challenges positively, because that positivity is what helped me build my business and helped me come up
Yeah.
this far.
Yeah, and that's so amazing. And those are some great lessons that you've learned throughout your experience. Thank you, Rishma, for talking with us. Do you want to share your social media handles with our audience?
Yes. So my Instagram goes as Soap Stories Official, and even my Facebook goes as Soap Stories Official. My YouTube just goes as Soap Stories. You can go subscribe and check out
Mhm.
the different soap making videos that I've uploaded.
Wow, great. Well, thank you, Rishma, again for talking with us. And thank you, everyone, for watching. And make sure to tune in next week.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
You too.
Okay.
Thank you for watching the Teenpreneur Show with Dia Coley. Follow us for more information at teenpreneur.show on Instagram. To be a part of the show, fill out the form in the Instagram bio. See you next week!